The Royal Rumble just happened, and we got some people that are butthurt. Not just from the Rumble winners, but also to see where they landed on the leaderboard. We got a new champion. We talked to him today, and we get into our new number one contender. They're going to face one-on-one at Elimination Chamber the end of this month. We continue our Raw vs. AEW, with AEW starting to take it away. I'm Ian Fox, joined as always by my best friends Joe and Brett. This is Pick the Push. Let's go.
Pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. Pick the push. No half steps, no in between. Pick the push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push.
The secret slime action is... What?
The Royal Rumble is over, and we have a new champion, or a former champion. The first time ever two-time Pick the Push champion, Jared Holmes. Congratulations.
First time ever. 1, congratulations to Jared. 2, congratulations to Jared for beating Japath, who has been a force over the last couple of months. And even bigger congratulations to Dabber for being his first contender as a grudge match to go against Jared with the highest score ever recorded.
On a Rumble.
On the Rumble.
On a Rumble.
It's pretty ridiculous. Dabber gets 81. I went over his card, and I think he just got a few event props wrong. And then everybody got the hardest question wrong, was how does this match end for AJ versus Gunter? We ruled it as KO or TKO because AJ didn't tap. But technically, that is a submission. Like, it still ended by submission because he used a submission hold, is my argument.
No, it is KO, TKO, because that's how they ended it. Because ending it with submission is the tap out.
Yeah, well, I think what I'm saying is that I need to change it from saying submission to tap out.
Yeah, that is a lot more fair.
Nobody argued with that. That's just, if I was on the other side, that would be my argument. But even with that ruling, that didn't change any of the championship results or the number one contender spot. The championship results was Jared won by 1 point against Japath.
Oh man,
that's
I'm not
crazy.
looking forward to that promo.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
He did it with a minor elbow injury.
Yeah, good for him. I think he had a strained ACL or something like that he was saying.
No. He said that he was completely healthy and he had a little bit of an elbow injury.
Is that what it was?
He's like, yeah. He's like, I have a little bit of an elbow injury, but I should still be able to pick this weekend.
He's just making excuses for himself. But, well, even with that elbow injury, he still got 100% of the match order right. And the other thing that it came down to were the event props, where Japath didn't get any right and Jared only got the over-under 6.5, because kudos to us. We had 6.5 as the over-under, and it literally came down to 6. We ruled it at 6. Yep. That was badass.
The only one I got right was blood.
That one, like, I don't think a lot of people had that. And yeah, that was crazy that AJ was bleeding in that Gunter match. But Japath did almost come back because they got all of the men's Rumble props right. Like, it was really close, and it almost, like, really did come down to that event prop that Jared won.
Well, while we were watching it, you said somebody had an early start, but they lost it eventually.
Dabber was the one that had an early lead.
And he just held it the whole way.
Yeah.
He was up by a couple points the entire way, because I think he also got the match order correct. But ultimately, how crazy is it that the one that originally dethrones Jared to lose his first reign is Dabber? Right when Jared thinks he's up, here comes Dabber to just knock him down again. Maybe.
This will be Dabber's first one-on-one for the championship.
Yeah, I forgot I tied with him on that one.
Dabber is a former champion himself, but he's never won a Rumble before this. It's crazy. But yeah, history might repeat itself. Who knows?
That'll be super interesting. When's the next pay-per-view?
The Elimination Chamber, February 28th.
Word.
It's been quite a while. We were originally going to do Grand Slam, but I was told Grand Slam was just going to be on TNT.
It's just Collision.
And it's also, it's a special Collision, which is cool, but I mean, if I'm not doing Saturday main events, I'm going to avoid that. And also, I don't want to stay up to watch it at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say it starts at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm going to watch it, not at that time.
Yep. Mm.
And then the next big thing from the Royale, between us three, the host scores, I win with 68 points. Joe came in second with 45 points, and then Brett came in last with 24, which means I get to pick who's going to do the promo punishment. Gentlemen, would you like to know now who I'm picking?
Sure.
So this week, we're going to do Joe. You're going to owe me a promo.
Oh.
You getting it?
I'm getting it.
points.
Is it because my thing glitched or that you're so mad that you tried to delete my score?
Do you want me to? I'm just gonna reveal the promo. I'm just gonna reveal it because Joe, I picked you because you made me do math because I had to manually type it in. I had to manually do your score because something beyond your control. Regardless, I don't care. It's your fault because you're doing the promo. So your promo is gonna be your best representation about why math is bad, but also like we're talking math. I'm gonna need some Steiner math going on somewhere in that promo. Give me like your best version of Steiner math, just trashing on math itself, possibly. However you want to do that, go for it.
So hold on.
Just give me some Steiner math. Just call it Steiner math.
You want me to trash math?
Yeah, if you can trash math in there, I'll give you some bonus points for it. But either way, I need some Steiner math. Get it going. I want you to just go crazy from how many times you've rewatched Steiner math promo. That's ultimately my goal here. Steiner Math is just a promo done by Scott Steiner back in TNA that was just a bunch of gibberish nonsense.
Okay, so I have to trash math like Scott Steiner.
I'm very excited for it, but I'll still give you time to do it. Do you want to do that? We'll do that promo next week, though? Yeah?
I do the promo next week. Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that.
All right. That's what I'm making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, we talked about the hardest question on the card. The easiest was also a match. How does this match end? And it was the Sami Zayn McIntyre where everybody said a pinfall. 100% of people got that right. That's
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that literally the hardest is nobody got it right for match end. Like, how does a match end? The easiest was also how does
How does
the
the
match
match
end?
end?
The only other weird controversial thing was Roman Reigns won, and one of the questions was the brand of the winner. And Roman Reigns is listed as a SmackDown superstar, which is hilarious to me because I think everybody would have pegged him as Raw. But my favorite part is that they acknowledged that on Raw.
I picked Roman. I put him as a Raw superstar. When we were watching Raw, Punk is like, "You're not even on this show." That was probably like the only reference I actually liked because it was like,
We're already in
yeah,
the know.
we knew that he was a SmackDown star, but that sucks that they just rubbed it in a little bit.
I think that was one of the first times I really felt like I was in on the joke before it happened.
Right? And that's just for us. Like, nobody else watching WWE is like, they're all just confused. And we're like, we already know. We've been there. We've already been there. That's what we do here.
Because that's what matters to us. What fucking brand of superstar won the Rumble? We don't actually care. It's probably the only time I've ever been excited for Roman to win the
That's all
Rumble.
that matters.
Ever.
That question was worth 3 points. And the champion won by 1 point. It's insane. They both got that right, though.
Picking Roman gave you 3 points?
No. Picking the SmackDown or Raw superstar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Picking Roman, you get way more points. I think it was like 15.
I was gonna say, like, did I pick Roman and only win 3 points because I fucking got Roman right?
I remember when I put my picks in, almost everybody had those two picks. So the crazy thing is that means everybody who did it picked either one or the other of those picks, and then their other one was completely off. My Royal Rumble was way better. I just want to say that.
Yeah, the one you booked was just picking with your heart's always gonna fuck you over in this.
I fucking hate it. Oh yeah, that's actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Like, how do you feel that the two most likely people to win the Rumbles won the Rumble?
Is sometimes you can feel it coming. There was a time, well, who did they started at 1 and just eliminated everyone as they came out? Was that Lesnar?
For sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lesnar they just came in at number 1, and it was like when they did this whole beast thing, and they just one after another, just as they came running down, he just threw them out and just went through all 30 people.
That is so extreme.
Now, one thing I wanted to point out, just saying, if Bianca Belair shows up, I'm probably the number 1 contender again. Just saying, 68 points. I think
Congratulations.
I think she was also 15 points if I win, so do the math out. I'm not gonna do it, but it was more than Dabbers. Almost scored the highest. 1 pick away. If I had put Liv also, but I'm never wrong, so it was really their fault for not bringing in Bianca, is what I'll say. It's really their fault.
Is it though?
Yeah. Think about how much closer we would have been to world peace. Damn it. Damn it!
The thing that didn't make sense to me was Roman without Sammy winning. Because I don't care about Roman Punk. I really don't. I don't give a shit about those two wrestling. really thought that what was going to happen was Sammy was going to beat Drew, and then Roman was going to be like, "Pff, it's Sammy." Like, you really think you can step to the chief, and he was going to underestimate Sammy and be like, Sammy, I'm coming for you. And then they were going to have their WrestleMania moment finally. But instead of Sammy just losing to Roman, KO comes back because KO hates Roman and saves Sammy. Because that's right around the time frame that KO could come back to actually from like his neck injury and his surgery and stuff would be WrestleMania. But that's why I was like, oh cool. So like Roman getting it still kind of sets that up because like he can come back and I guess be on Punk's side and fight Roman because he also hates Roman. And I could see that kind of working out, but like I really don't want more Punk. And if we could just like not, that'd be great. Because I don't need him to be a main eventer because it's Punk.
He will always be a main eventer. There's nothing you can do about that.
I know, and it's really unfortunate because like anyone else really just it's the same idea with Bree's sister, which I'm not gonna say her name because Bree's back. She did return.
That was cool.
That was kind of cool, which is weird because that being the loudest pop of the night is wild. Of all of the surprise entrants, that one was the one that Saudi Arabia was like, Bree's back. It's like, wait, what?
So I want to get the truth out of you guys because was it her or was it her husband? Because the reason why they started shouting the most was as soon as she started doing the yes fingers. They were like, wow, you're back. Oh shit. Yes, yes, yes. Dude, it was crazy. The pop that the yeses got was unreal. Are they really cheering for her or are they cheering for her amazing husband?
No, they're cheering for her as well as her husband.
The other thing that I want to talk about was Braun Breaker being eliminated first and immediately from the Rumble by a masked gentleman who might have been Austin Theory, but probably Finn Balor. Right? Am I right? Do we all agree on that? Do we have any other theories?
I don't think it was either. He had more of a yellowish beard. It honestly kind of looked like Logan Paul.
If that's the case, I like it, but also I hate it because they just fucking did a Man in the Mask thing. They
Yeah.
just did it.
I don't care enough about the Man in the Mask. I just thought it was really funny that he was eliminated so quickly.
That was like November for War Games, right? That was
Yeah.
like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I would take it if it was R-Truth again.
Yeah, but now we don't know who the Man in the Mask is. And he also does the stomp. Everyone's stealing Seth's finisher.
Is it Seth? Maybe it was Seth. Probably not. Maybe.
How long does Seth have before he has to come back?
He'll be back around Mania at the latest. Or maybe the Monday after, but probably Mania.
Labrum surgery is 4 to 6 months. So he's going to be out for a little bit.
My first Mania was last year, man. I had no idea what was going on. It made no damn sense.
It's going to be so much more fun this year because you're going to know what's going on. And it's still not going to make sense.
Yeah, you'll just be madder now. It was better when like ignorance is bliss. Now you're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
They're doing that? Why are they doing that?
No, you can't hurt him. I like him. You can't hurt him.
On to Raw versus AEW. Starting with Raw, was there anything important that anybody should know about Raw?
I enjoyed Raw's matches, but I felt like they were all too short.
The Bella Twins will be future women's tag champs is the most important part. Like if I was at a water cooler and somebody asked me about Raw, that might be the only thing I pulled out of my ass.
Oh, Original El Grande came out to interrupt.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, all right. I am interested in that story as far as Raw.
That's it. That's all I have. That whole episode was absolute garbage, and I think you can skip it and just look up the highlights of the Raquel Stephanie Vicaire street fight. Get the highlights. It'll be good. It'll probably be about a couple minutes. You'll enjoy it, and then go watch AEW.
Yeah, it's always AEW. I mean, Raw ended with their main event being a Punk versus Roman promo, and I'm not hating on the promo, but here's my thoughts about it being the main event.
Don't put a fucking 25 to 30 minute monologue as a main event. Shut the fuck up.
All right, on to AEW.
Yep.
I don't even know where to start. I was impressed with the matchups that Raw had, but AEW instantly blew it out of the water. The one that immediately comes to mind is Kenny versus Andrade. I don't care for Andrade. I know he's a great wrestler. I know him and Kenny are going to put on a banger, and I like that a lot.
So I think they kind of like took a break this week, in all honesty. I wasn't a big fan of all the matches this week. They weren't bad. They were better than Raw. Any single match was better than Raw this week. But as for like stuff to wow me or keep me entertained, I was hoping more out of the Hangman match. I was hoping for more out of MJF Brody King match, but I understand why that was short.
That was still so funny. When he fucking was choking him and he was just hanging off the edge. That was so funny. I
Yep.
could watch that all day. That was so good by both of them.
Yep, good sell. But 3 moves, main event's over. Really, the only match for AEW that is really worth like going and watching is the Andrade versus Kenny match. That match was really, really good.
And we're concerned for Darby too.
And
Right?
yeah,
As far as if we're talking about anything we're talking about the next day about AEW, Darby was kidnapped, Kenny Andrade was a banger, MJF is the GOAT.
yeah, Darby was kidnapped, Kenny Andrade was a banger, and MJF Brody King is something we can look forward to.
All right, that being said, I'm choosing AEW.
I'm choosing AEW.
I don't even think that it's a fucking like a fight this week. I really don't. I think that Raw dug its own grave, and I have to go AEW.
Double landslide.
Yeah. And I think it's just because Raw had a good week like 3 weeks ago. So we have another 2 months before we get another good episode of Raw.
Our expectations are out of whack because we're like, that was good. Where is it? Where's the rest of it?
Well, I feel like if I go back into the notes and I look at all Raws, 1 good Raw, 8 bad Raws. 1 good Raw, 8 bad Raws. Like 1 good solid, like they tell a full story through the whole thing, and then the next fucking 8 weeks they just shit in a paper bag and they tell you that it's,
With us keeping score, we'll get the best rate. Like, we'll be able to work that ratio ourselves. We'll be building the statistic.
It'll take us quite a few years to make a good statistical analysis of it, though.
they spend a lot of money to get the writers for 1 episode and then they take a break for fucking 2 months.
Yes. I got this image of Triple A tearing his hair out deep into the night trying to figure out what to do the next day.
They're like, but ChatGPT is so much cheaper. We got to keep using that. But the shows suck, Hunter.
Electrolytes, it's got what plants crave.
All right. Well, with that score, it brings AEW 4-1 for Raw this year.
Yep.
Raw's got to step it up, but we'll see.
I just wanted to say I want Raw to be a little bit better because I'm actually starting to care about some of their wrestlers. Please.
Yeah, how I feel about Raw.
All right. And now on to our interview with our new champion, Jared Holmes.
Interview.
All right. I'm now joined by a very, very, very special guest, our new Pick the Push champion, Jared Holmes. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
Don't need your congratulations or thanks. Just don't forget I'm the first ever 1-time Pick the Push champion, the first ever 2-time Pick the Push champion as well. Don't forget that, okay? There should be parades in my honor. Actually, I've been in talks with someone in Delaware who's going to be naming a street after me.
Is that true?
It is true.
Who do you know in Delaware?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
All right. We don't need any of that. I feel like a one-on-one match, it's anyone's odds. I'm not going to say I was surprised that you won, but I was still impressed. Like, Japeth is no slouch. I was very happy that Japeth could come in and do everything he wanted. And, I just wanted to say Japeth as often as I could just to try and upset Jared, but,
Well, Japeth is just now a footnote. Like all these other champions are just footnotes in my history.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, you are the current Pick the Push champion.
And the first ever, don't forget, the first ever 1-time and the first ever 2-time.
Well, is there anything different that you're looking for to get out of this second title reign compared to your first?
To beat that one guy, Ball Dauber or whatever his name is. He beat me last time on a technicality because I had a ruptured patella.
Oh, you think so? That was it? But you're okay this time, right?
I hope so. Elimination Chamber's still a long time away. You never know. I had to go defend this title in New Mexico tonight.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You picking some pushes over there?
That's right. And then also next week I had to travel to Antarctica and I had to face a penguin for the title.
I didn't sanction any of this.
I don't know. I just get emails.
All right, I do trust that you can beat a penguin, though. I will say one of the craziest things for the championship match that is it came down to one single point. Is there any pick specifically that you credit towards your victory?
I got all 4 matches right, like in the order.
The match order. Yep, you absolutely got the match order.
And Liv Morgan. I had Liv Morgan.
You both missed on the men's pick.
I should have knew better. I should have knew Derby would just pick Rowan. It's stupid too.
I'm just going over your cards, and it looks like you both picked the women's matches exactly the same. You both did Gunter's match too, because that was one thing I was concerned about, is that like he lost by TKO or knockout because the ref just saw that he was out and called it, is how it was scored. But he also was in a submission hold when he lost, so it should still technically count as submission. But you guys scored exactly the same regardless, so it wouldn't have changed anything. You both had no blood, and then I believe you had the under for the surprises.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge one because Japeth he got all the event props wrong, and you got just that one right, and that might have been enough just to push you over on top of, getting all the match orders correct, because I think he got 2 wrong.
I just felt like it's kind of easy. Like at one point, I did have Gunther AJ as the main event. Before I hit submit, I was like, I'm gonna go put the men's rumble.
It's crazy. It comes down to a point again, and on to Dabber, who it's hilarious that Dabber wins the Royal Rumble Royale, and then right when your paths intersect.
Just like last time, dude. This time I will beat him.
So you say you're going to beat Dabber. Is there anything you plan on doing different? Or are you trying to get in Dabber's head a little bit more? Or do you think you just have superior picks?
I just think I'm better, plain and simple. I wake up in the morning and piss excellence. I wake up in the morning and look at myself in the mirror and say, I'm beating Dabber next time. Because since I lost to him, I lost my family, I lost my job, I lost my home.
Things are looking up since he became the Pick the Push champion then. That's awesome.
Exactly, dude. I'm the best. The greatest Pick the Push competitor in the history of Pick the Push. No one else can say they was the first ever 1-time Pick the Push champion and the first ever 2-time Pick the Push champion.
Right, because if there was anyone that had doubters of you winning your first run, because it wasn't a win the Rumble and then face the champion, it was we were crowning a champion from that Royale itself. And then this time around, you win it as pure as you possibly can and just dominate where you needed to.
Facts, obviously. Just like I dominate Dauber, Jeffrey Dauber at a elimination chamber.
You continue to change what it means to be champion. Are you more excited about this upcoming Royale being a WWE pay-per-view, or are you wishing it was an AEW one?
Yes. WWE is the most easiest to predict, honestly. So, excited for that. AEW, luckily, is unpredictable. It's better, and WWE's dog shit, and it's predictable garbage.
I think you're right, but I do think that you would have an advantage over Dabber, just from Dabber's lack of an AEW experience, no offense. I am going to check out Grand Slam just because I love AEW, but unfortunately, the next Royale will be the Elimination Chamber on February 28th.
Heck yeah, I'm taking this time all the way to WrestleMania 59. Promise you that.
What number are we on right now?
Like 41, I think. 42, 43, something
right.
like that.
Hell yeah. Is there anything you wanted to add, or where can we find you again if you want to shout out or tell us what you've been up to in that regard?
I just do wrestling and horror movie. Well, not just horror movie. Wrestling and movie content on my YouTube. The Jared Holmes. You can follow me on TikTok and Insta, but follow me on YouTube. That's where I'm going to be at the most.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, champ. I'm sure we'll talk to you again at some point. Good luck in your next chance.
Need luck where I'm going.
That's going to wrap up this week's episode of Pick the Push. Don't forget to follow us on X, Instagram, join our Discord, follow us on YouTube, and don't forget, you can find us on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Friday. We'll see you then. Peace.
Aller, pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. Pick the push. No half steps, no in between. Pick the push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. Boards light, hearts race.
On a rumble.
On the rumble.
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 On a rumble.